Hi everyone, Radhe Radhe. In this video, we're going to be doing chapter 8, verse 2. It's going to be a very simple verse, continuation from the previous verse, where Arjun is asking all kinds of questions. He asked 5 questions in the previous one, and now he's continuing to ask even more questions in this one. So let's sing the verse together. अधियज्ञः कथं कोत्र देहेऽस्मिन् मधुसूदन प्रयाणकाले च कथं ज्ञेयोऽसि नियतात्मभिः. Okay, so now what the question is, who is the lord of sacrifice? Yajna, adhiyajna. How does he live in the body, O Madhusudana? And how can those engaged in devotional service know you at the time of death? I think I didn't do the word by word in the previous one. I totally forgot. It's funny. Okay, so let's do the word by word here. Adhi Yagya, the Lord of Sacrifice. Katham, how? Kaha, who? Atra, here. Dehe, in the body. So who is the Lord of Sacrifice and how does he live here in the body? Asmin, this. O Madhusudana, O Krishna. Prayana Kale, at the time of death, which is now it go to the to the next verse, the part of the thing. How can those engaged in devotional service know you at the time of death? So Prayana Kale means time. Cha Katham, how? Gyeyah Asi, you can be known. Nitya Atma Bhihi, by the self-control. So it's not engaged in devotional service exactly. If you do that word by word translation, it is how can the self-controlled, how can the niyat atma bhihi be known? How can they know you at the time of death? Geya asi. How can they know you at the time of death? Okay, and the translation here, the last part here, because he had merged 1 and 2, so we're going to do 2 right now. Who is the adhiyagya in the body? Who is the adhiyagya in the body, and how is he the adhiyagya? Okay. O Krishna, how are you to be known at the time of death by those with a steadfast mind? So in the previous chapter, he had mentioned this Adhibhut, Adhiyatma, Adhidaiva, and Adhiyagya. So he's asking, what are these? What do these mean? So in these 2 verses, he puts 7 questions, out of which 6 are about these words, and 7th is regarding remembering God at the time of death. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So that's it in the so basically at the time of death we know that it is very very difficult. So Swami Kundanand said it's like being bitten by 2000 scorpions at the same time. It's very very painful, so very difficult to begin to remember God. And if we remember God at the time of death, we will attain God. We will go to back to God's world. We'll go to Golok Vrindavan or Vaikuntha or whatever. So the question is, how do we do that? If it's that painful that it's very difficult to remember God at the time of death, how do we do that? So Arjun is asking, and I'm very excited to know how Bhagwan Shri Krishna is going to respond and how we will figure out how to do that. Okay, the Gita is just beautiful. Minus 932, it's beautiful. Okay, wish you a day filled with lots and lots of spiritual growth. Radhe Radhe.